There's only 2 matches left. This one, and in the battle of the 2 top dogs. We're playing for pride here. Throwback Hardpoint map number 1 between these teams. It's Cloud9 going up against Mindfreak. Maven, give me your prediction.
It's almost impossible to tell. I feel like this could be a very close series if Cloud9 is going to come out. Like, you know, Aches had a lot to say about various regions. Okay, well, we see an R3K out, so this is going to be interesting. And Claw. I have no idea. This reminds me of like 100 Thieves in what, stage 2?
Yeah.
They started mixing things up when they were sort of out of it. But this weapon can be very, very deadly.
Oh, most certainly. Don't sleep on the R3K, especially if you get in the hands of an accurate player. This burst weapon, not that consistent with the one burst. And another thing as well, remember it's an energy-based gun, so will not penetrate these kind of fences and walls that you could normally wall bang on these maps.
Yeah, chance to try something a little bit different, as you're going to see the RPR out as well for Lacefield. His entire team dropping around in Mindfield. Mindfreak. Wow. Starting to pick up some time.
Oh, you know, that I don't even know how you explain. Mindfield? Okay.
I have no idea.
We have to get you to somebody.
I ate a big dinner. And that threw me off sometimes.
Okay, let's just move on. Mindfreak currently up 16-3 as you now have Fida playing from the field. Maybe you were just seeing the future.
I think that's exactly what it was. But the first player in the back here at Lime is going to be Buzzo. He's ready for the push coming in from Grandma's, getting some shots in, but he's going to be pinched in a moment from his left-hand side as well. He will drop, but it's still Shox and crew in the hardpoint, extending this lead in game 1.
And you can see Shox knows he's got to push out this back lane. The hip fire not going to be his friend there, and now Cloud9 will begin to scrape together some time. Ricky, go with the normal weapon he's used to having out in his hand. The K-bar still getting the job done.
Yeah, so the Volk.
Near this back market area. Yeah, the Volk also up, and that was very popular at the start of the CWL season. Now some resurgence here in this first map.
They're bringing it back. See, you know, you might think this is Cloud9, you know, knowing they're out of things, but what it really is Cloud9 looking to change the meta. Aches, always one step ahead of the competition. But right now, they just took their first lead here as Cloud9 are racking up some time in Barn. You're on with Assault here, pushed close. There's 2 actually in the corner, able to find 1. It's actually Ricky that finds the kill. Everybody else dropping on the side of Cloud9.
I love seeing some of the different weapons. Obviously, for Cloud9's sake, you mentioned, oh, you know, changing some strategies, trying some things out. No, I'm just going to be completely blunt with you. They're done for. There's no way that they can get this third place.
I tried.
You tried to give them excuses. No, they're just using different things at the moment just to give themselves something to do.
Well, let's talk, you know, maybe some hypotheticals then. Looking at this matchup, let's talk about both sides and, you know, kind of the future of the teams, what we expect. With the way things have gone, Jack, for Cloud9 this weekend, obviously as poor as anyone could expect, I don't think there's a chance for a team really to put up this poor performance even in the future weeks. Now, maybe it could happen, but well, what's the future of this team? Is there absolutely a change that has to happen?
Yeah, I think that this team is done. There was a tweet people have started to kind of ping again from Aches after their abysmal performance, what we saw in Atlanta and then at Paris. Aches was saying he's waiting in the right mindset. This is not a skill thing. We're going to bounce back. You're going to see us in better form. Well, that never came back. See, and now people are trolling him because of it.
There's still this part of me that gets what he's saying though. Like I still don't think it's a skill thing. I still really do think it's absolutely a chemistry thing, a mindset thing, like he said. But you've had enough time to fix it, and you haven't been able to do it yet. And on the other side, you know, for Mindfreak, like Merc said, you know, they didn't get a lot of W's on the board this weekend. But I liked a lot of what I saw. And I just wonder, you know, if they have a lot of time, if they end up, let's say, moving out here before stage 2 and having even longer to prep, longer to scrim North American teams, what's the limit of this team? What's the ceiling? How far are they able to push things?
I've already heard whispers and rumors about potentially this squad staying here for a much more extended stay. I'm wondering, you know, what is the ceiling, as you mentioned, for Mindfreak? They've always been the best down in the APAC region. Can they now be the best in the world? And taking games and series like that we just saw against Splice all the way to Game 5, making their presence felt on the biggest stage is absolutely the first step to doing it.
Yeah, and I think they gained a lot of respect this weekend. I mean, if you watched and you were an Australian fan or, you know, whatever team you were a fan of, I believe they actually got some fans this weekend. Just the tight matches, the epic matches, you know, what Shox was able to do throughout the course of this weekend. You still saw him at the top of the kill. What was it, the KD4 Hardpoint, correct? Still at the top of the Hardpoint.
Yep.
He's been really impressive, very flashy. It's been exciting to see. can they take that next step and, you know, maybe break into the top 8 internationally?
They're right on the verge of it right now. We always do our power rankings. Mindfreak, they've been going up a little by little every single week. They're currently up by about 20 seconds right now over Cloud9. Excite, my look-alike, a little bit of a slow start from him this game, 9-14. Trying to stay alive back Lemon as the hill rotates towards Barn.
And I'll tell you what, though, looking forward to Anaheim, though. I think this is a team that has a lot more potential to make noise in pools. I know at a few events they played teams tight. They pushed some teams to a Game 5 as far as the North American side goes.
Yeah.
But I gotta think, man, if they keep putting in the time, they keep getting practice like this, maybe Anaheim's where they make some noise.
And we also were just talking about, too, in the green room that we really do like these guys in this team.
A lot, yeah.
You know, this is a likable bunch. I'm glad they're getting more exposure. You look at what they already do on social media, and they have quite the active following for the amount of people that do know and are fans of this team. It's great to see. You want to see that expansion, right, in the other regions. It would be a fantastic thing to see for Call of Duty.
Well, back to the game. It looks like Cloud9 has gone to a more standard set of weapons here. You see NV4 and K-Bar in the mix, and now they've taken back the lead. But it's Buzzo trying to break in here, picks up 2 of the weak players with Excite. And they shut it down and take control of Barn, but with only 10 seconds left, it's going to be about the next rotation here, and if you Excite on the hunted map.
I love how close this game is still being, even with the different weapons we've seen brought out. I like when it's interesting. Assault right now at 18-15 with that Volk in hand. Currently, the hill controlled by Cloud9, sorry, as they're about to take back this lead. And you can see Buzzo, whose shot has actually been quite on point today. He's looked good with the K-Bar in hand. Does pick up 2 middle map.
Yeah, and he had some weak maps yesterday, but I thought Monday he played pretty strong today as well. And he's one of those guys, you know, as long as he's not hurting you, there's going to be a leadership he provides. And he's just, if you want somebody in a clutch moment, he's experienced it all, right? He's been at the top of the APAC for so long. Definitely a valuable player to have on your team as Mindfreak continues to show flashes of brilliance.
And obviously Buzzo, not the kind of flashiest player, not known for statistics he puts up. We just played that video, you know, why should you be an all-star? These guys not only playing for the top 2 spots, but for a potential position in the all-star game at Anaheim. You'll definitely want to tune in for that. Fida says, you know, I've been carrying Buzzo for so long, the 10 major ANZ championships, I deserve to be an all-star just because of that. And it's good to see the banter.
Unfortunately, since you did not place in the top 2,
he's not eligible.
You will not be eligible to have an all-star at Anaheim.
Hey, let's do our own all-star game.
All right, I'm ready.
You captain one team, I'll captain the other team. Who would you pick first?
Formal.
No, that's not even how this works.
Oh, how does it work?
Who would you pick second?
Formal.
Oh, God. I don't even get it anymore. 150 to 130.
I just looked over to see if Damon was rolling his eyes. He didn't.
No, he didn't. Damon's so used to this at this point. I'm pretty sure he has that word muted when you speak. So, like, when you say the word, your mouth moves, but no actual sound comes out to him.
And Karma's been great all weekend long. He's one of my favorite players in the league. It's been awesome to see him in this capacity as Fida mows down 3 with the reactive armor and gets fully streaked out. But some of the guys don't realize like how much time they see the banter between us casters and the players. They don't understand how much time we spend with these guys. I mean, I've played so many games with Karma at this point, whether it's us on Diablo 3, you know, playing Battlegrounds, whatever we're doing. Spend a lot of time with these guys outside of the game, and a lot of great personalities in the Call of Duty scene.
I can already tell you right now, obviously there'll be some festivities tonight for those over 21. For celebrating my birthday, also just a great weekend here for Call of Duty Esports. And I just know what's going to happen is you and JCap will at some point get in a 2 to 3 hour long argument about the most random topic that wouldn't really affect Call of Duty at all. But you just have to get in an argument about something because that's what you guys do. And then you'll hug at the end of it and be best friends.
Oh, JCap and I have had like hour-long text arguments.
Yeah.
We just sit there and send 1,000 text messages. It could be about football, about fantasy, about the NBA.
Half the players in this lobby you have as well. I know Ake's another person on that list.
Oh, God, don't even get me started with Ake's. The number of arguments I've gotten him with, whether on Twitter, phone, or text, is in the hundreds, I think, at this point. But back to the action here. You see Assault dropping, and Cloud9's lead has disappeared as Mindfreak now pulling out to a 40-point advantage and looking to take this game. Fida having
Here are those streaks.
Dropped 30 so far.
This is from Fida. Comes in, kills Assault, who is anchoring the back of the map. The Scarab now going to get the second kill, and here's an example of where score streaks can make a major difference. The first 2 entry kills picked up with ease. Thankfully, Ricky's there to slow things down just a little bit, and Lacefield picks up one of his own.
He does pick up one, but who's going to win the key fights here in the backside? It was Shox. He has camo available, but not able to win it. A couple kills going in the favor of Cloud9. We've got 35 seconds left on Bard. Time ticking right now for Cloud9 as Fida catches one with his pants down and tries to make a play inside. Unfortunately, there's two. Can't figure out where to snap, but he's got Buzzo and Excite behind.
And Shox just spins right back around to clear out Assault. And what I love most about how Fida played that is, yes, you know, they did use the Trinity. They brought out the Scarab, Lacefield, and Ace actually body stacked there for a quick little cleanup from Excite. But back to my main point, Fida saves that bombardment, which bombardment on this lower street hill is so deadly. When you drop it down, it basically clears out anyone near that hard point, even if they're underneath that bridge. The lead back up to 40 seconds as Mindfreak are close to clinching game number 1.
Well, Cloud9 now set up to try and get some points. You've got the spawn. Okay, so they've got them split on both sides. Cloud9 going to be controlling from blue. From the barn side will be players pushing in from Mindfreak. And Shox inside right now, finding an assist and a kill right.
I don't even know what I just watched.
Did he try to kill him with a gesture?
I think so. I think he tried to karate chop him in the back of the neck.
Well,
and he's still alive. Oh, again, the salute. Shox. You know, down in Australia, that actually means good day, mate.
I don't think that's factual.
That's not true. That's actually not true.
Although you are our Australian expert here for
one of the 7 we have.
Assault now trying to keep Cloud9 in it, trailing by 30 points as we rotate out to back statue. It's going to be the number 3 on the minimap, who's Shox, set up first as we rotate out. You still see 7 there. That's Aches in a position to maybe make some noise. So Aches going to be challenging Shox here any moment. Shox playing safe in behind. Aches will be shot in the back. More players from Cloud9 coming from blue and in front. Shox can only find one before the action ends. And Cloud9 in a position here to make this very tight down the stretch, but there's the bombardment you talked about.
That is it. All 4 dead. Actually, Aches somehow still here. I thought he died as well, but no. There's the cleanup. 240 to 207. They have maybe time for one last pressure. Centurion now dropped as well. This is looking like it's over. Claw now brought out. That was short-lived. 250 to 207. Mindfreak strike first.
The claw can be very deadly.
It can.
But only able to find one. I'm surprised he actually was able to earn that, but very much towards the end of the game. The reason you don't see a lot of those weapons used.
Did Assault earn claw before Aches earned camo?
He may have.
That might have happened.
Well, game 1 in the books, and Mindfreak now 4-0 in map count against the side of Cloud9, and it's got to be, I mean, it's frustrating. This is, you know, Aches was very vocal at times about his opinion on spots reserved for the APAC region or the EU region, whether it was with pool play with various tournaments or talking about stage 1, and, you know, now you're facing a situation where you may not take a map off of the APAC leaders, Mindfreak.
Pretty crazy scenario to find themselves in. Mindfreak looking quite good. Minefield, as you called him at one point.
I don't know where that came from.
What were some? You've come up with a lot of different funny words across the years.
Revan has said for a long time that he would like to have my brain examined.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, you know, when you're talking fast and you're a caster and you have multiple, you look at the minimap, look at the play, and something just.
And you're already really bad with multicasting.
Oh, horrendous.
So
horrendous. Yes.
If you guys didn't know, you know, Maven and I are roomies as we wait for game number 2. I'm going to tell this story, so you're going to have to sit and wait. It's my birthday. I can do this.
You can do whatever you want today, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, really?
No, okay. Uppercut me off the side.
Actually, if I can do that, then can I misdirect with me? That's a lie. But no.
I might kill him.
Yeah, no, for real. But Maven, he gets on his phone, and literally anything can happen around him, and he will not react. He will not react at all.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I get very focused on things and just lock in.
That is it. You know what else you can lock in on right now, though? The box score right there on your screen. Here it comes. It's prime time, baby, and right now, Mindfreak are making it happen on the main stage, 94 to 28 on that baseball hardpoint.
And Fida dropping the 40 bomb, 43 kills, the 1.65 KD, and a minute and a half to go in the hardpoint. He was an absolute stud on the Cloud9 side. You know, it's not a tilt at this point. The guys are just, you know, demoralized with their performance this weekend.
They're bringing out a Volk. They're bringing out an RPR Evo. While are they absolutely viable weapons? Yes. Are they the preferred weapons you want to see your main AR have, or one of your more aggressive subs? Not in this meta.
Typically, no, but it's going to be Search and Destroy coming up next. Again, Mindfreak's best game mode throughout the course this weekend. You saw them, you know, they've beaten Splice in it, they've beaten Envy in it, they've obviously beat Cloud9 in it, they've looked very, very good. We'll see if they can do it on Breakout. And again, this is maybe a special treat for some of you at home. We'll definitely focus a bit more on the gameplay as we're showing off the first ever Breakout S&D. Should be very interesting.
You just got me re-excited again. I completely forgot. Breakout S&D. Can we quickly tell the story of how we got to this point? Basically,
sure.
Scored, Search, and Destroy was in the rotation. We always knew that that drill bomb site was always something that was getting switched up. It was in, I think, like 4 different locations. The developers were very active in trying to figure out what exactly worked best for the competitive side of things. Over time, you try different things out, right? Spice it up as the year goes on. A vote was had, and players decided on going with Breakout as a replacement for Scorch, Search, and Destroy. And as you mentioned, this was decided a few weeks back to give players time to practice with the new map. It was not used at Birmingham, but here will actually be the debut of Breakout S&D in competitive Call of Duty.
And shout out to Mud Dog. You know, he's a former professional player. Somebody that's been watching for a long time can think back to some of the great stuff he did back in Ghost. And, you know, coming now, he's worked with the players, you know, feedback basically, what they like, what they don't like, improvements for the Call of Duty World League. And he's done some great stuff working with IW. And here we are. It's insane to think of, like, this is week 1 and how much Call of Duty you and I have to cast, how much gameplay there is to come over the next couple of months. It's going to be a roller coaster, buddy.
I just thought of a great gesture
for
the game. David Mickner, if you're out there, hear me. Have your player pull a donut out and drop it as your gesture in Search and Destroy. If your opponent has 0 kills, I think that's like pretty good. Drop it a donut.
Your character can do the pick up the donut. Actually.
And eat it.
Yes.
Because I'm fat. Thank you.
That's not what I meant. But you see there, Shox, he has been a stud throughout.
Oh, man.
We'll see what he can do in this Search and Destroy. I got to feel like Mindfreak is absolutely going to be more prepped for this game mode than the Cloud9 side.
Oh, for sure. I mean, look at how good they've looked in Search and Destroy up to this point. You think they dropped that one against Splice? Not ideal, but they'll bounce back here. I do have to quickly say, Pops, if you're out there watching, shout out to you. My dad fell off a ladder at work yesterday. Got a huge laceration in his arm. He had to go
22
into surgery.
Stitches,
22 stitches, and what's the first thing he does? He tunes into the Call of Duty World League. Papa Dunlop, stay strong. I know he's on painkillers right now, so he's probably not registering anything that's happening. It just looks like blurs on his screen, probably.
Well, glad he's getting through it and feeling better, but here we go. It is Breakout, Search and Destroy. The first time you've seen it this weekend, the first time we've seen it in the CWL.
And that's the more popular site you're going to be seeing a lot of the action go down at, near that B area. When you plant it, you've got longer range sight lines you can watch from. A little bit slower paced gameplay. Let's get into it. Map number 2, Mindfreak up 1-0.
And we'll see Mindfreak starting out on defense, fight of the hot hand in game 1. We'll go on with him to kick things off here. And let's see what the plan of attack is. Looks like he's going to hit the A side. You can see the defense very much favoring the B side. It's going to be Erad out. And you can see via X-ray, he's got 1 in this close corner. Is he able to spot him? He might go over. He just went right over the top of him.
Yep. And
oh my God! And that's Lacefield. Lacefield didn't even see him.
Oh, no.
Oh, so Shox is so frustrated right now. Shox is so frustrated. He's like, how did I just get killed?
Yeah.
Where were you? Oh, it was underneath him.
Buzzo cleaned on up. 1 versus 2. I think they're going to see him. Yep, there it is. Cloud9 strike first.
Cloud9 get around under their belt. Erad's getting the damage done. And this will be interesting to see the different tactics these teams are going to pull out. You see Lacefield, laser sight on the Erad. Incredibly effective, but a shot there, Fida, who would kick things off with. A frustrating round for him is just not able to spot the player over by the A side.
Mindfreak, Search and Destroy. It's been your bread and butter. Get it? As they're now currently down 0-1 in this map, and you're shaking your head.
Well, now we'll see Cloud9's opportunity to make some noise. Assault's going to be watching mid-map with the MV4. He sees 1 cross. Trying to get the angle there. You got multiple players in around Visitor Hut and loading, as you could see on X-ray.
He's going to have to watch that flank for a brief moment. Bob now has been moved towards A. As now Assault still knows there's a player middle map, and he just keeps getting a bullet with him, but can't clean up the kill. And look at that, it's a bait and switch. Excite charges right on through.
Surprise, Excite flies out and able to find the kill, but turns it into a 3v3. 45 seconds remaining in this one. Lacefield going to be set up inside by the A site. Just seeing if they want to get a plant down. It looks like they aren't comfortable with it right now. Maybe thinking about rotating out. Now the call is in. It's going to be a 3-man hit from Mindfreak as they soar across. In comes the action. Kills traded back and forth. The Volk coming. Oh, I thought I saw a Volk for 1. That was a K-bar.
It's still a K-bar.
Yep.
Don't worry. 20 seconds left. Cloud9 will have to rotate. Look at how fast you can rotate from one bomb to the other on this map. Will he get caught planning? It's going to be very, very close. Shox flies through, sees him behind the site, doesn't spot Aches in the back of the street, but now he'll go ahead, clean him on up. Mindfreak now on the board. Nice job by them to stay active on the map and rotate to the correct site.
Well, that was one of the pretty long S&D round from what we've seen in IW, since there's a lot of 4 hits, a lot of coordinated hits at bomb sites. You see a lot of quick rounds. Specifically, we were talking about something like Crusher S&D. That was an example of one that you could see drag the time out a bit, a couple rotations between bomb sites. Assault did a good job at the beginning of that round, kind of, slowing down any kind of mid-aggression from Mindfreak, but ultimately they're able to take the round.
Now, I don't know if we're ever going to really see a sniper play on this map. It just doesn't give me that vibe so far. Obviously, this is one of the first times I've had the chance to even watch Breakout Search and Destroy, because as you mentioned, you always talk to the players. You want to be able to see them scrim it, but pro players don't really scrim search.
Oh, yeah, I said this last year, I think it was. I was like, how much you prep for this? He goes, I'm prepared. I was like, what, you played it 5 times? He goes, yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. That's all I've done. I don't know. I get it, but at the same time, I'm selfish. I want to watch the map. Sue me.
Couldn't agree with you more, but we'll see how this round plays out. So we fight it with bomb in hand, a fight at Spiral. They're trying to push out towards back hangar and get control of this B site. He's able to slide across, now working on the plants. The site is looking over him. That nade connects, but not enough to finish him, and the bomb will be planted for Mindfreak. Is now they'll look to play from post-plant positions.
I think they have the Spiral stairs watch. Yeah, that's where a lot of the pressure's about to come in from. This first blood is going to be so key. If they pick him off this B site, that will mean that dirt street is able to be pushed right away. Immediately, players surge on through. Kills being traded on out. Ooh. Advantage over to Cloud9. It's Shox all by himself, and he couldn't be further away.
Yeah, they're already on the bomb. Is he going to be able to get there in time? Won't matter, as Ricky able to clean up the kill. And you can see the lack of experience, I think, on this map. People a little bit hesitant. They aren't comfortable with the timings yet. You can see the rounds be a little bit slower instead of hit here, hit there, because they're just not as comfortable.
Yeah.
For what position they'll be able to get to.
I think an NV4 could have been really useful for the side of Mindfreak in that position, especially if your player on bomb can watch that back street area near your garage. But hey, you know what? They're still feeling it out, as you mentioned. Lack of experience for some of these players on this new map. Excite now, moving right up through middle. He'll play towards top laundry window with a sniper in hand. Finally, there we go. We do have one brought out.
Snipe is out and just able to take out Assault. You saw him watching mid-map from that position. Just a round to go. I saw the head of Aches for just a moment. Now Shox, he's playing basically the opposite position where he was surprised from the first round.
Oh, it's shaky.
He comes out, shots all over the place. Lacefield able to take it.
That should be a gunfight win if he hits those shots. Instead, whiffs left and right. A bad miss there with the sniper from Excite, and now it's a 3v4 retake on towards Showers, making it 2 versus 4.
Fida and Buzzo trying to clutch up. Fida not able to find one yet. Backing out, getting his health back. 30 seconds to work with. There's one flanking from behind. He should be dead in just a moment. Oh, yes. No. Somehow still alive. The call should come in there. Both players able to drop. That would look to be a very frustrating retake, as he had players in front and behind.
Here it is again. That was Assault on that flank, just spraying. Hopefully he can get that kill with the MV4. Nice job by him to at least take himself out of the danger zone for a moment. Got scary there when they brought it down to a 2-on-2, but some quick trades from Cloud9 do give them that round victory. And Mindfreak, which has been their staple game mode of Search and Destroy, are on their way to potentially losing their last 2 they've played.
Well, you saw some maybe lack of effort in that game 1 from Cloud9, but they seem to be going out a little bit stronger here in the Search and Destroy, and you got to think maybe they're looking at it like, hey, this is the first time we've been able to play this.
Let's
really want to try
some things from here.
Yeah, exactly. Try and figure out the ins and outs a little bit while you're going up against Mindfreak. And right now they do enjoy a 3-1 advantage. Taking a look at the mini-map, you can see Assault basically set up in the back. On X-Ray, you can see several players on grade, basically, kind of stacked up as Mindfreak's getting ready to pounce.
And look at the pressure coming in from Mindfreak again. They're going to go right out towards these spiral stairs. Ricky tries to call in a Scarab, and as it's mid-animation, gets shot by Shox, and now it'll be a full rotate towards A. Thankfully, Lacefield does even things back out into a 3-on-3.
And Lacefield saw one cross, so he knows what's up, and the call will come into Assault, who he may be able to pinch with. Assault putting shots in. There's one more player here trying to flank. He's ready for it, but doesn't matter. The errata Shox, it's proved too strong all weekend. It continues now, and he is 5-3. Now it's on Lacefield, putting them into a 2 versus 2. Fida and Shox against Lacefield and Aches.
Bomb still hasn't been planted.
There's only 10 seconds left.
Fida's got this objective. Lacefield finally does die. It's a 1-on-1. Shox with the cleanup, though. That errata up close, so lethal. Awkward round, I think is the only way to put it, Maven.
Well, Shox able to get at least 3 of those as he was just roaming this outside showers and wall run area. Found one all the way over in cell block as well. Closed it out, gives the salute to Patrick Price, and they come 1 round closer to tying this one up and pushing game 2 the distance.
As things continue to develop in this game, I'm wondering, does Excite bring back out a sniper? He tried it last time. This time, no. He'll go back on over to the K-bar. And, ooh, a little bit of a different type of pressure from Mindfreak. They can absolutely catch Cloud9 off guard with this aggression towards middle map.
Last time they hit mid-map, remember, Assault was sitting there with the NV4, backing them up, make it so they couldn't get a clean hit. Now, not the case, but Aches might have got just the bit he needed to see to know they're crossing mid-map, but that should be turning Lacefield around.
If they see nobody near back garage with the Scarab, they should plant for this back garage area and then immediately play for holding the site. I mean, Mindfreak are playing this one so passively. Look at us slow.
And think about where Lacefield is there in Graveyard. I was going to say, if you try to hit their Graveyard, that's going to be so tough with him with an ERAD in that position there, kind of in the trenches. But now, trying to attack through Spiral and the flank. First man in, going to be Excite. Excite flies forward, able to get a team kill and find one. Actually, no, just the team kill. Shox got it, but they're still in a 3v2. Engages one, not able to win the fight first. Ricky, there's Buzzo there. Now Lacefield by himself. Lacefield turns it to a 1v1. Fida, Lacefield spots him, guns him.
You got to slow down the pace right there. If you're on the side of Mindfreak, you get that kill, just get out with your life. No reason to re-challenge Lacefield. You don't have help from Fida yet. And there he punishes him. Nice job by Lacefield with that errat again. He's stepping up big time in this game too.
Well, you think this will be a lesson maybe to Mindfreak and preparation for Anaheim and also Stage 2. Pepperoni, what did you say?
I thought you were about to say pepperoni.
Hey, pepperoni for Anaheim.
I don't think they would mind that.
I need a mid-afternoon nap.
You most certainly do. As camo has already been earned for the side of Mindfreak. Aches does have it, I believe, for himself this time around, too.
Let's see the build up here. A Scarab now coming in from Shox. You can see Shox again has that camo to work with. Doing a bit of scouting. Nobody inside Recharge or Graveyard. Just trying to find whatever information he can. Should spot one mid-map there as it gets taken out. At least spotted Ricky.
So you know where this pressure always has come in from Cloud9? Issue is still no bomb plant after that streak, because look at where Assault is all the way in the back of the map. He's just calling out what he sees in Medical Bay. They know there's 2 players there. Cloud9, they should 3-man hit these middle spiral steps with their camo and just retake the site.
Yeah, I'd like to see how much this develops. Like,
Watch this. There goes camo. Here comes the follow-up. They've seen the camo, but they can't clean up the kill. Aches with first blood. Now reactive time. They're putting a lot into this, and it's going to pay off. 3 now dead. It's Buzzo all by himself, and he's nowhere near the rest.
They really wanted to get this 5th round. Yeah, camo used, reactive used. Want to put it within that 1-round dagger. Buzzo tags up a few, but not able to finish it. I wonder how this will be as the meta kind of develops this map as people put in more time. I feel like you haven't seen a lot of smoke grenades, but I feel like that lane to the B bomb site might be somewhere one could be used. But now Buzzo dipping off the edge there.
About to have ourselves a 1-1 series as Cloud9. They're looking like the better breakout search and destroy team, as well as the camo retake there from Aches. Lacefield was right on the same page with his teammate there as well.
Yeah, sword in, nothing you could do there. Really, if you're on the side of Mindfreak.
Oh my God.
Well, I think I was gonna say Mindfreak.
Oh my God, bro.
I don't know.
You need to go drink an energy drink.
Seriously, it was all that chicken.
You're blaming your lack of speech.
There was chicken. There was pasta. It's difficult to operate with a full stomach. That is a known fact.
Excite there with the 2-piece. He's claimed control of showers as Assault with this NV4. Hasn't really done much this game, but either way, his teammates are handling the rest.
Assault looking to clutch a 1v3. He's only got 1 kill to go in this. You can see where the bomb is, Jack, just sitting down by the A site as he's got to go hunting to try and get the plant. not the best gun to deal with as you're trying to break into showers where you're going to run multiple players with ERADs, but it looks like they don't realize the bomb is down. As you can see in the minimap, the players from Mindfreak continue to hunt. Assault's now able to pick up the bomb. He did find an ERAD to work with as well, so ERAD will come out. He sees a couple of players, knows they're inside. I mean, he is a freak of nature, but this would certainly be a difficult one to pull off. Now comes into Sworn, trying to go up above, melees through, melees whiffed, and that's another round here for Mindfreak.
Very well coordinated hand bumps, fist bumps from Mindfreak.
I'm rubbing off on you.
You really are, bro.
Yeah.
I need to get away from you.
Hey,
Mindcreek, Minefield.
Take my brain for a week and try to survive. It's not easy.
I don't know how Kat does it.
She is a lovely woman.
Does she get paid to date you?
Yeah, significantly.
Is it like community service?
I write her weekly checks to tolerate me. But now, back to offense for Mindfreak. You got FTL jump available for Excite. We're into round 9 here. If you guys are just tuning in, issue here with Cloud9. Mindfreak not much on the line as their spots have been solidified for the 3rd and 4th position. But next up, we do have Envy versus Splice. Envy would have to 3-0 and they'd be able to take first in the group over Splice. So definitely a lot there, and you saw Splice in a kind of shaky series versus Mindfreak just in the last one.
Yeah, Ben tweeted out something along the lines of what the potential is. So check Benson's Twitter for what exactly would mean for the rules and the breakdown of that next series. Lacefield by himself should just try to jump off. There he goes. 2 rounds in a row for Mindfreak as they're keeping things close.
Would you be shocked if Cloud9 threw away another search and destroy? How many round 11s have they been to? I mean, at least 3 this weekend?
A good handful, but I think the other thing to remember is Cloud9 in 1 round used camo and reactive armor.
It's true. So you should be getting to that position now. Did Shox? Yeah, I don't think Shox used his yet, did he? Maybe I missed it. No, Shox still has his camo, so he's got it available. You see everybody else building. So actually, the comeback here and the win from Mindfreak is not remotely out of reach. I mean, he wants to get very aggressive.
Cloud9 will not get another payload for this map.
Now let's see if he is going to opt to make a camo play. If he gets the call, I think there's multiple players on the outside. He's got Buzzer to work with behind him.
Oh,
he should get the call. There's players here. Saving the camo and playing his life for now.
I'm so surprised to see how passive of a play this is from Shox when he has camo. Instead, they just, they hold the site, but now it's a 3v4. They just got blooded.
And look how much information you have. If you're Cloud9, you pushed all the way through to the opposite spawn. Assault's been watching the flank the entire time. So they know the entire squad is either in that showers, loading area, or mid-map. Aches is able to find another, and now they're 2 kills away from shutting this down. The only saving grace you have is the camo. If he's able to find an insane 2 kills, this is going to be really timing-based. As the bomb gets planted, he's going to soar in. He's spotted 2. He's getting shot out. Should be, that was almost one hell of a snap there to the second. But Cloud9 will take their 3rd map of the weekend as they win the Search and Destroy breakout against Mindfreak.
We absolutely have much more information than the boys at Mindfreak in that scenario, but I'm just going to be honest, that was terribly played in that round for Mindfreak. I mean, they 3-stacked the site. They play it so passively. You know they don't have camo. You know they don't have reactive. Force the engagement on them, get the first blood, and then just trade.
A bit of it is just, I think, a comfort thing.
Yeah.
Just the amount of time that this map has actually been played. Again, if you're just joining us, new to the rotation is Breakout, Search, and Destroy. You got to see a first glimpse of it there, but it'll be exciting to see as, if you take a look at how maps are played, whether it's Uplink, Hardpoint, or S&D at the beginning of the year versus, 3, 4, 5 months down the road, they evolve over the course. So expect to see much different things when we get towards Anaheim, Stage 2 playoffs.
It's actually really interesting how Breakout has already begun to develop as a map. We saw Excite bring out the sniper a little bit. He knew what high wall runs to pre-aim from that top laundry window. We saw a few plays towards that showers bomb right away, hitting that outer wall run. But then obviously the B site by Medical Bay, the most popular area. With that though, Cloud9 have won their 3rd map of the weekend. And we've got a series on our hand. It's 1-1 when we come back from this quick break. Uplink in Game 3. I'll say, it's good to see the boys still with smiles, keeping their spirits up on the side of Cloud9. I've always said I want to see the team stick together, but I can genuinely say I don't know what happens after this week.
That's the frustrating part, because I think I mentioned that in the Game 1, that I still sort of get to Pat's point that the skill is there, that the pieces seem to be there. The attitude and the chemistry are not. No. And I just don't know that's something you can repair at this point. You've had enough time You know, you saw the guys bumping heads big time after some of the losses. I just think there's too much animosity right now, maybe amongst the squad members, that it's more than likely time for a change.
Well, there's a look at everybody on Mindfreak breaking out here this weekend in the Global Pro League Week 1. Cloud9, on the other hand, they're still looking for their first series victory. This is their last chance. We're going into Precinct Uplink. Haven't seen this map in a while. Even good to have this one.
That's true. Not since day one, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, here we go. Starting off with Fida, he's the one that had the monster Game 1 Hardpoint on throwback. See if he can have a repeat performance here in Uplink. And this is a game where Mindfreak should win. I mean, they have played this map very, very strongly. They've had some narrow losses here. Is that where they lost by 1 point to Envy, correct? Where you had the slasher overtime throw.
Yeah, the camo use as well. It was basically 2 payloads that secured that for the boys in blue. Drone now picked up by Buzzo. This is where he's going to drop it. Yep, nice job by him. Just drop it, get a couple kills, and then begin to focus on the objective.
Oh, Buzzo playing it slow here. Buyback statue will have 1 right in front, able to finish up that kill. 3 coming on the kill feed now for Mindfreak. They've already got 1 pushed up into the base, just trying to look from behind. Buzzo whipping, diving, finally finding the kill. You thought with the position that you have, a player inside of the base, that points would have gone through, but with only 2 of them remaining, Shox now has to go back and grab it and have a full reset. Thought for sure they were going to get some points on the board there.
They just didn't really have the players in the correct positions. The drone was an afterthought, and because of that, so is the score. So it will remain scoreless after our first minute. Kills quite even so far. Slight edge to Mindfreak with that first push, but as I say that, Cloud9 get the entry kill from Aches. And now that we're going to push forward with this drone, just go ahead, hop out the window, toss in the 1. Cloud9 on the board first.
They're able to strike first on the 1-point toss from Lacefield. Everybody gets wiped out, 4-man clear for Mindfreak, as now they'll be able to take back control of lobby and look to strike back. 1 flanking from behind, cut down by Fida. You see it from Buzzo's POV. Another one there. Buzzo can't win it, and that's actually 3 kills coming through for Cloud9. So now Fida's like, I need to turn around. My entire team was just slaughtered.
And there goes his 4th streak with it. Like seeing some of the tacticals used between these 2 teams in this map. Jammer grenade keeps getting thrown on out. Aches actually kills off Lacefield there, and somehow Shox has stayed alive. It's what he's done throughout this entire weekend. 4 players charging at him. He kills 2, gets help from his teammate on 1. And a little bit extra assistance from Aches as well to wipe out Cloud9.
Yeah, I know it's tough to talk about maybe best players throughout the course of the weekend. It's hard to pick a number 1, I'm sure, but would you say, I don't want to say Shox was the biggest surprise, but most pleasant surprise in the sense that, yeah, I knew he was a good player, but the way he's performed this weekend, it was amazing. It was not, I didn't expect it, I'll be honest with you.
At the end of day 1, he was basically first in every statistical category. Yeah. It reminded me of Moose from the CWL London Open.
Yeah.
Or London event, sorry, where he was just by far and away the best player at that event. Shox showed up big time. Yes, he has cooled down just a little bit, but I think coming into the series, he still had the #1 overall KD at a 1.22.
Well, you see it was his duo Fida there, finding 4 in a row before ultimately falling. They haven't been able to get anything going on the offensive side after a blunder in the opening seconds where they might be getting a 1-point toss. Now it's going to be Cloud9 looking to get points on the board. There's the 1-point toss and the slang behind it. Aches is there only to find 1, so Mindfreak yet again able to clear out their base and reset, but not before giving up a 1-point toss to Cloud9.
You saw for a quick second, Lacefield was wondering, should we go for the dunk, should we not? But the second a shoulder peek from a player in back alley, they made the call to go for the 1. Smart play by them. 3.5 minutes into this game, it is Cloud9 who've really, outside of a couple kills on Cloud9's side of the map, Mindfreak haven't had any offensive play in this game.
No, not at all. Since really the opening moment, it's been all Cloud9. Assault now getting into mid, looking to make a play here, using the cover. You see there's one on the opposite side, actually 2. That's Fida coming out on top with all of them. Now you have a chance to strike. There's 1 player on defense. That's going to be Aches. They're trying to get there in time. Aches now cut down. It's open except for right on the base. They get everybody, and that's got to be a dunk. It's murder in Cloud9's base.
We just said how we hadn't seen any offensive play within 20 seconds after the dunk goes in, but now they've got to rally. They still have players in position. What's the drone doing? The drone began to hesitate for a second inside the lobby, wrap it towards Park. Even if you just go for the 1, oh, this is going to be extremely awkward for Mindfreak. Don't think they're going to be able to follow this one up. Questionable decisions right there from the boys from NAPAC.
Well, it ultimately leads to nothing going through. It stays tied at 2 apiece. Just over 30 seconds to play. Can Cloud9 get anything on the board. Aches wins one. Lacefield comes through with one as well. They need to get the drone forward, but it's now Aches by himself. Can he win the one-on-one and get a one-point toss through? He's won the first gunfight. Grab the drone, the added armor, and the back shield. Not enough to get away.
Yeah, a couple players from Mindfreak actually.
Mindfreak, there you go, man. Told you.
Why can't we say this team's name? Mindspeak, Mindcreek. What was the other one you said?
Minefield.
Minefield. That's okay. At least we each have had one that's like close. Minefield. It's just left field. Intercepted though at the end to keep the score even.
All right, so 2-2 going into the second half is Jack and I's vocabulary.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Will there be celebrating tonight? Yes. But Maven and I, we have just been drinking water today, but we still can't speak properly.
I have an excuse. I don't know what yours is, but...
Listen, TP and Merc are watching us. Should we just pass them the headset and let them do their own cast? Because right now, we are not making any sense.
Well, let's kick off the second half now. Cloud9, Mindfreak. Tie game. It's Mindfreak able to break in first. It's going to be a sight with the drone. Trying to get out. Looking to make a play. He has Buzzo leading the way in front. Tosses the drone forward to maybe distract his teammate. Nothing comes to wait.
Oh, actually, Shox sneaks through that bottom tarp area to at least cause a little bit of a destruction in the Cloud9 base. And now look at the push from Mindfreak. They're actually 3 hitting the outside Cherry Blossom area. The streak comes in, blows up the vehicle. It's a quick little 2-piece. Aches is here, 1 shot. He's cleaned up as well. And now Mindfreak have 4 dead on Cloud9, but the drone just reset. The drone just reset. And look, Cloud9 spawned right by it, Maven.
Mindfreak's able to get it though and get out. So Fida sneaks in, pulls it. Now they're going forward. A laser beam from Excite to pick him up, ticket window. 4 down, and now Dunk City going to be coming through the back alley for Mindfreak, but they have nobody back in a position to fight for the drone.
Wait.
Oh, this is a good counter opportunity then. As soon as this drone pops, go if you're Cloud9. So Cloud9 still hasn't grabbed it. They want to pick up 1 kill first, but just go. Get out of there. Take the drone and try to make a play.
That's an example, right, of... And look, even Fida now playing it passively, trying to hold. Thankfully, his teammates did just spawn on up. Is it enough to stop any points from going in? The reset does get it out just far enough, and the melee's a whiff. Shox will stop the push for the second.
So they maintain the 2-point lead here. Jack will watch Lacefield for the time being on his belly inside lobby, but you see how strong the slide is, man. It is insane. You know, it looks like prime position for Lacefield. Excite wants none of it. Let's switch over to Fida, though. He's 24-13 on a 6 streak. He's got streaks out. Now calling him in. Death from above. Hasn't finished any yet. Able to find 1 on the Lacefield. He's got everything to work with. The bombardment still locked and loaded. The kill coming in ticket. Fida shutting down everything, and that's another dunk coming through for Mindfreak.
This is not the first explosive performance we've seen on the map from Fida today. The guy is double positive, just dropped to positive 12 right there. And you think about the streaks he's had in play, but look, they give up their base. A free dunk comes in from Cloud9.
Yeah, so your dunk disappears basically immediately as the counter opportunity comes through. Now it looks like they want to counter on the counter as they grab it and try to make a play, but unfortunately for them, Lacefield here to make a play on the drone.
Oh.
If he gets to that corner, 1 just pops. So no, he probably wouldn't have been able to get a score through.
But look again, who is it playing spoiler? Fida.
Fida killed all 3.
Kills 3, spots the 4th. Fida just killed everyone on Cloud9 again to clear out Cherry Blossom.
43 in the Hardpoint, 30-15 now. Shox has been the statistical superstar for them this weekend, but by the time this series is done, I'm not sure that'll be the case.
There's no one even in the lobby with 20 kills, Maven. The second highest is now, what, 18 for 3 different players? And he's at 30. Shows the incredible slang presence he's bringing to this map right now. A big reason why Mindfreak find themselves up by 2 points. There's a gunfight win from Buzzo. He'll go ahead and trade that out. Shox is now here. This should be at least a 1. Just settle for 1 if you need to, if you're Mindfreak. No, he's going to go for the dunk. 8-4. Nice play by Buzzo.
Waited on his teammate to be the distraction. That was Excite basically throwing his body in front. Yeah. A meat shield, really.
It's a smart play, though. It gave Buzzo enough time to go for the dunk, and instead of it being a 3-point game, now a 4-point game.
Do you remember
only 90 seconds left.
Do you remember where the game 4 Hardpoint was?
What map it is?
Yeah.
I do not. I'm going to wait for Will, our wonderful director, to tell me what the game 4
I was just curious.
Breakout.
All right, I was wondering if maybe it was
Thank you, Will.
Breakout, we'll see. Mindfreak might be able to close it out there. If they haven't closed out the game yet, though. Still over 60 seconds to go. And Cloud9 set up. If they can find an opening pick here at Stashu and get that 4v3 going, they've got the drone in the corner. One kill comes through. Unfortunately for them, Excite answers back, but there is a second. Every time they get a kill, I feel like one member's dropping from Cloud9.
Cloud9 currently -10 overall as a team. Bombardment now called in, and again, with so little time left, these streaks are just zoning Cloud9 from being able to make a play. Look, 9 seconds burned off the clock where this drone has just been inside lobby with no escape.
Yeah, I mean, they drop it at the bottom of the mini-map outside of lobby. They all hit from the top. There's nowhere they can go. Trapped like rats, but Assault still making plays. He needs a dunk at this point. There's 30 seconds remaining. Taking a look at it, Aches is a couple kills off a camo, so maybe you can make a play. Do they have the overdrive to work with? Yeah, so overdrive can come through. If they get a second dunk here and Aches somehow finds a couple kills, Aches found one.
Excite gets the trade. That's it. GG's. Mindfreak up 2-1 in our best of 5.
You thought for a second there, maybe, you know, with the overdrive going in, and Aches, I think he's still like a kill off of the camo. If he would have found it, maybe a chance for some late game heroics. But the uplink goes to Mindfreak, and they've now taken what uplinks off of. Did they beat Splice? No, they beat Envy. Sorry, they beat Envy yesterday. They beat now Cloud9. Some pretty solid stuff.
I like Mindfreak in the respawns. They're looking better and better. Obviously, S&D has been their best, but Cloud9 did just take that off of them. So we will be going to a Game 4 breakout hardpoint now with the Aussies in the lead. What can Cloud9 do, though, to stay alive in this series? And again, if you're just tuning in, if you're wondering what's still to come tonight, we have Splice, Envy, the powerhouse 2 teams still to go at it. Now, Benson did put out a tweet on what exactly the map breakdown would be. He put one out, then deleted it, then blamed Merc for something that was wrong on it. They're probably still fighting about it over there, but I believe if Envy wins 3-0...
They have to win 3-0.
They get the first spot.
Yes.
If they win 3-1, win 3-2, or just lose in general, they get the second spot.
So this will be interesting. You know, it's funny when you think that Envy is in a position to even make that happen. Because when I look at the weekend, when I think about it, I think about Envy being kind of up and down, and Splice has just been dominant. I mean, even coming into today, when I was looking at it and thinking Cloud9 still had a chance to get the third spot, it's just funny because when we talk all the time about how someone like Mindfreak has played teams tough, that doesn't really matter as much when you're looking at placing. It's just about getting the W's, right? So Cloud9 had a chance to play spoiler, weren't able to do it. Now maybe Envy can do that, but let's take a look at the box score there. Again, you're seeing Fida a lot as he continues to drop bombs in this series.
Today's his day so far, 37 kills, a 1.95 KD on that map. Best KD on Mindfreak there, but side 2 was all Mindfreak, 6 points, and a lot of it came from that pressure towards Cherry Blossom and ATM. They get those entry kills towards this top station and front van, and then they just moved the drone on through, and it was that man Fida with the 7 streak, got fully streaked out, used the bombardment again towards the end of the game to really shut the door on Cloud9. As we wait for players to get into game number 4, Maven, we've got so many groups ahead, right? We've got all these weeks with tickets still on sale, mlg.tv/Pro League. What are you most looking forward to in the Global Pro League?
For me, for groups, okay, God, do not quote me on the week or the color, but I believe it is yellow. That's the one with E United, Luminosity, Epsilon, and Millennium. The reason I'm most looking forward to it, you know, if you had talked to me before the 2 EU 2Ks and before Birmingham, I would have thought that group was pretty clear cut with Luminosity and United. But with how good Epsilon looked, and maybe I'm giving them too much credit, too much stock based on that performance, but you don't beat Splice 6 straight maps. Like, you've seen how good Splice is this weekend. This is a team that beat them in 6 straight maps. So I actually feel terrified for Millennium, because Millennium for a while was considered the #2 team in EU. Now, I feel like they're going to be in a position where they're struggling to win maps. I mean, maybe they'll take some S&Ds, but you don't take them against Luminosity. You don't take them against United. And Epsilon, if they play the way they did in Birmingham, Millennium's in a tough spot, man.
What's crazy about that Epsilon trade, it was actually an interesting Reddit thread that went up, was did that trade between Epsilon and Splice, obviously with Zero then getting involved, and Josh being off the team, was that the best trade or the best transaction for 2 different teams? Did 2 different teams benefit like that ever in the history of COD like that to such an extent? Because Splice, I mean, I would say Splice look better now.
Oh, 100%.
And Epsilon, I would say Epsilon look better now.
Without question. It's just very rare, I think, that you can God, I'm probably speaking crazily here, but I just can't think off the top of my head even a major sports where like you have a trade go down and like it really, really benefits either team. Like usually all the talk is about one being lopsided.
Like, oh God, I got scammed.
Or who got screwed over, or you know, they get a lottery pick or something, a draft pick doesn't end up working out. Like it's rare that you see. Well, sometimes it happens, it takes months down the road until you see the effects of it. It's very rare that it's like a couple weeks and you're like, oh God, both these teams have really improved drastically.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, man. The roster lock currently in play for these teams involved in the Global Pro League Stage 1. I'm sure we'll still hear some murmurings, though, after each week is done. This could be the final map of this best-of-5 series as Mindfreak are now in command, up 2-1. But Assault right there, you see the smile for a second. One of the more talented assault rifle players when it comes down to his overall shot.
You know, throughout this, that's probably the happiest I've seen them look the entire weekend, because maybe it's just like the pressure is gone now. Like you've just, you're defeated. It's like, all right, let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Because every time we've gone to team shots of them, I feel like throughout the course of this weekend, like it's been, I mean, you saw the GIF, I think, of on Ricky's face one time from on Twitter, and it's just the look of utter defeat, man.
I like Ricky.
Me too.
Good. Game 4, breakout Hardpoint. Cloud9 and Mindfreak, we're watching Buzzo off the break with the NV4.
I hate your accents.
Sorry.
We'll start off, though, with Buzzo and see what he's able to do. Is he's going to go to the top window, everyone vying for the top mid hut here on X-Ray. You can see everybody swarming in to loading, but it's Buzzo actually with the grenade that picks up the first. Fida finds the second. The first bit of time going to go the way of Cloud9, but they're just getting picked off right now. But who's going to be the player to actually get towards the hard point for Mindfreak? They've actually just lost 2 players. They're going to have to reset off spawn.
You see, just behind that top kind of crate up there, it's such a cheeky spot, because remember when this change first came in and pro players, we saw some get on Twitter and complain, you know, whose idea was this to put the hill on top of the middle visitor's hard point? What is going on? I like this hill 300 times more with this hard point.
Oh, than when it was in the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh God, yes, yes. I mean, it's so much more about control and not just a frenzy of trying to slide in and yeah.
Get the angle on your opponent. It's 10 times better.
Absolutely. But now, with a couple seconds left, we're getting set up for the rotation, and Cloud9 blanks Mindfreak on the first hard point, but Mindfreak will be set up in cell block to kick things off, so they'll be able to hop right back into this. And as I say that, I was lying, as Aches and Assault find the opening kills, and now it's their time to soar in and try to make the break. You have the 3-on-2 advantage. Yep. Here they go. They're away. They find another one. Aches kills his teammate as well, but snaps out to the wall run and then says hello to another grenade from Buzzo.
And that's the perfect pace that Cloud9 had to play at. Get those 2 kills, then push right on up before the players on that outer wall run can come help supplement their teammates in the hard point. With 20 seconds, 7 seconds left, this is a desperation push from the side of Mindfreak. Still heading this wall run instead of focusing at all towards middle. Cloud9 should hold this 10 out of 10 times.
Well, they don't, because Excite finds a couple. The last player inside drops. Excite, I think, actually gets 3 kills there as they break in. Now let's take a look at the setup. As Fida is already wrapped out to get set up here in Graveyard on X-Ray. Multiple players from Cloud9 starting to start the long trek over. A grenade almost hits Fida in the dome. It actually does connect, does significant damage, so he basically gets 1 bulleted there. So Cloud9 will still be fighting for that control.
How is Assault inside medical bay right now?
Yeah, he's about to get flanked, I think, from Fida.
There you go. But still, does this push favor Cloud9 at the moment? There's only 1 Mindfreak player into the hard point. They know there's at least 2 by this Dozer side. That's Ake staying alive, who's had a great game so far. 10-5 now on the 4 streak. He cleans up 3 in the hill.
He's already halfway to that camo. Working on picking that up for his team as the lead continues to grow. 25-point advantage right now for Cloud9. He's going to drop to the nade of Shox as it comes through. They're clearing the way, but still a dogfight inside Shox. Finally able to get the final 2. Also pick up the final 15 seconds here, but set up for the next rotation. You'll see Cloud9 has the helipad spawns. They'll be looking to get set up for the Commissary hardpoint. All the pressure going to be on Excite and crew to break.
Can they do that? Is the pressure too much? Aches with the first kill again, leading his team. He's got, sheesh, close to equal amount of kills as the rest of his squad combined. Now with those 2 coming into play, does slightly give his teammates the edge. Beautiful job by Lacefield to field the pressure coming in from Mindfreak towards that back rocks area. This should be a full 60 from Cloud9, especially if they can get this next wave of kills.
This is actually kind of humorous in the sense that we didn't have a Game 5 day 1 or 2.
We're going to have 4 Game 5s today. I'm telling you right now.
All Game 5s. I mean, the next series certainly has the potential to do it as Aches keeps on cutting them down. 13-6, another streak he's working on now. Ever closer to that camo, but he's going to go ahead and push out the cuts, get into showers, try to surprise players. That's why you play aggressive.
Woo!
You catch them with their pants down. All 3, one more bullet, and Patty P would have found the triple, but just comes up a little bit short. He's
playing great right now in this map. He's a big reason why Cloud9 have a full 1-minute lead over Mindfreak.
Well, and look at the other side. You know, FIDA has been their respawn superstar in this series. 5-11. Nothing seeming to be working for the Aussies right now.
No, nothing at all. Even that nade just went flying off the map.
All right, well now, it's going to be Buzzo underneath looking to make a play. Big lead for Cloud9. Can Mindfreak cut the advantage here? Lacefield wants nothing to do with it as he's finding kills in loading. One more behind, one behind in showers as well. Looking to make the plays, not able to do it. To that slide, I swear, it's like, it is, what do you compare it to in like a past? I guess like the AW dash in a sense that it's just like...
It gives some peekers advantage. I don't think it's as drastic of a peeker's advantage as the dash from Advanced Warfare, but you can definitely see at times with the player sliding just... It's so quick, and the best players, again, it's a skill gap thing. The best players who are able to get their gun up, hit those shots when they need to with the slide, are absolutely the best in those close range engagements.
Yeah, it's hard, but
Apathy is really one of them.
Yeah, when you're L-triggered there to try and snap on the player soaring in next to you. Aches finds a couple more. He's getting close to the 20 mark. Make it 3 in a row for Aches as he is sitting at 19-10. We'll get back to his POV as he's putting on a show right now, gunning everyone in front of him. This might be the most dialed in we've seen him.
Look at the difference between him and Ricky right now. Oh my gosh. I mean, Aches is snapping.
I mean, this is a guy that, you know, took some flack for his ability to earn camo in some games, and he's about to get it right now with a ton of time left in this hardpoint.
Before anyone else in the lobby even gets their first payload.
Ricky has 5 kills, and Aches has 22.
Ricky has 15 engagements. Aches has 34.
That's kind of insane.
Yeah.
I mean, you do have a minute 16 of the hardpoint. You're racking up more time, but the disparity in kills is a bit laughable right now. Aches putting on a show. I mean, unfortunately for his weekend and, you know, stage 1 playoff hopes, it's too little too late. But I mean, you can see why he has the ability to do these types of things. Just haven't seen a lot of it this weekend.
Think of how dramatic and good this series would have been if earlier on the Cloud9 beat Envy in that Game 5. Now we would be going to a Game 5, right, between Cloud9 and Mindfreak for that for that 3rd place spot instead, because Cloud9 lost earlier. Again, this match.
Honestly, this is the game that you and I kind of had highlighted today, because you saw that Cloud9 had the potential to beat Envy last night when they took them the distance in those first 2 maps. What, a 250, 246, and a round 11 in the game 2. You thought maybe they could beat them today. They'd feel like they had more to play for.
Yep.
It goes down to the wire, but can't get it done. And think about how much more exciting this would be right now if that was the position they were in, that it was do or die.
Listen to this stat. Aches has more kills than Ricky, FIDA, and Buzzo combined in this game.
He's having a game for himself right now.
Let's see if we can keep it going. Lacefield. It was in the back of the map last time. It worked out for Cloud9 when they got the full 60. Here he is again. Do they have the same destiny? Commissary has been all Cloud9 so far, but somehow 2 Mindfreak players are in the hard point.
And God, I mean, both of these teams, you'd say, have been the most guilty this weekend of throwing leads in hardpoint.
Look at this. They have no... Lacefield not only just gave away his position, but he whiffs the first kill.
But he's repositioning. Surprise, but
dead.
No. I thought he still should have won that. Doesn't, but Aches, the shot stays crispy as he's 27 and 14. He's pushing in. He's gunning everyone. It's like he's in Superman mode right now.
Yeah.
This is unreal. I mean, every one-on-one fight we've gone to, he's won.
He's just played with full confidence, too. He's going into people that are pre-aiming, waiting for him, and still just ripping them in 2.
Well, and this is the thing he gave his team flack for when I heard him talk after day 1. Like, they need that swagger, that confidence. They have the skill to fly at people. I mean, there were a couple times today that we saw them do that successfully, and then it seems like as soon as the game would start to turn, like if it ever stopped working for a moment, the game plan would switch. They go back to their hesitant selves.
Yeah, and if Aches plays this way throughout the weekend, I also don't think we have Cloud9 in the position that they are in, but it's just not like him. We're putting up the big numbers like this, 222 to 160, so a 1-minute difference between these teams. Mindfreak, you need to start coming back right now. You've got no more time to waste in this game. And it starts with clearing them out of the hard point, but it's not going to happen. Look at the kill feed again, all blue. Cloud9 outslaying by so much in this game.
Yeah, Lacefield, let's switch over to his POV. He's on a 6 streak right now, 20-11. He's actually calling in streaks now. Finds one, it looks like him and Buzzo both using a Trinity. He wants to call out the Scarab as well. Should catch a couple players coming through loading. He knows they're pushing forward. Spots one to his right. His teammate Assault, though, able to find both. The third and fourth in behind it. Stairs and Aches shuts it down. Lacefield shuts it down. A 32-17 performance from Aches, and they've got their second Game 5 at day 3.
I love it, baby. Cloud9, they're showing some resilience. 2 Game 5s on day 3. It's another S&D showdown. Both teams up to this point, what, Mindfreak lost theirs, Cloud9 lost theirs.
Yeah.
So who will get their first Game 5 win of the weekend?
And, you know, God, you got to think, who do you feel like has more to play for right now? Is it a pride thing for Cloud9, or is it Mindfreak trying to maybe show what they can do against the rest of the globe? I'm just kind of curious where you stock it, as their positions are already set for stage 1.
I think it's a little bit both, obviously. Either way, you have to play a match. You might as well give it your all. You might as well put in a great effort. We saw Cloud9 for the first couple hills of the hardpoint mess around with some different guns, stuff they're not used to using, but then they really brought it back down to scale, kept the game close, and since then, we've had ourselves a very good series.
Yeah, you know, they've been playing much better, and it seems like it's the first time maybe they're having fun, kind of playing with a little bit of confidence since, you know, things deteriorated this weekend, and you see those moments where what they're capable of. And is it the same to do this to Mindfreak as compared to a Splicer and Envy? No, not necessarily, but Mindfreak's proved they are a very strong team. So heading into the Game 5, I have no idea. If I had to guess, this is going to like around 10, round 11, bud.
That's what I'd like to see, but you know what time it is, folks. Game 5 coming up very soon, but it will have to wait until we come back from this quick break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the coverage of the CWL Global Pro League presented by the PS4. You saw the video there. We recorded those right before the action started back on Thursday, so it's interesting to look back now and see which players are right, which were wrong. Buzzo made the right decision. Another right decision we have right now is I have a very special guest cast this Game 5 with me. I'll let him do the talking to introduce himself. Take it away.
Hello, my friends. Your boy Teep here. Maven, you know, he's getting a little bit up there in age, needed a breather, so I had to swap in real quick.
Yep.
Not sure who's going to fill in for me on the desk, but we'll figure that out later because this map 5 is most important. We have to have the top quality casting, so I had to come in.
That is very, very true. We had to bring in the true specialist himself. Just so you're not worried at home, no, nothing is actually wrong with Maven. No. It was just literally, I saw TP over there. We kind of locked eyes with each other and we said, Teep, you want to cast this Game 5?
He screamed at me, so I just ran over here real quick.
And there you go.
Here we are.
I'm allowed to do that because it's my birthday, but we're ready for Game 5 now. Let me ask you, you've been watching this series, you've been seeing how this is all breaking down. Crusher S&D, is there a team you favor for this Game 5 from what we've seen so far?
It's going to be tough. I think I'm going to lean towards Mindfreak. Obviously, I think they've been overall more consistent on Search and Destroy, especially on Crusher. These B pushes have been just killer from them overall, and they seem to be one of those teams that actually adapt throughout the midst of a game. So I don't think Cloud9 is going to fare too well. But the last Crusher we saw from Cloud9, they were helping out Lacefield quite a bit more. So if they are able to do that here, I wouldn't be surprised if we go, you know, pretty deep into this one.
Oh, most certainly. It's been crazy to see what a catalyst Lacefield has been for this team. When they win, he is doing well. When he is struggling, they just seem to fall flat. It is Game 5, our third match of the day, still to come tonight. Our #1 team in this group versus our #1 team in the group. Splice versus Envy. For now, we've got to crown ourselves a champion of this best of 5. Here we go. It's Cloud9 versus Mindfreak. Cloud9 on offense to start off this game.
Excited to see how these two teams are going to decide to play these initial rounds here. Going to see a lot of play over towards this B side on the right side on offense. And usually if they get this bomb down at B, it's pretty much just a slow, retakey sort of style. I'd like to see teams just push out B more consistently on defense, get control of that side of the map, but going to see how this decides to play out. Looks like a push through coming in from Cloud9 to get a little bit aggressive.
Oh, this could get very awkward quite quickly as all 4 players of Mindfreak are here at this objective. Kind of an afterthought so far, and I think Cloud9, they don't even get the bomb down, TP.
Not
Look
sure
at the
about
hesitation.
this call. Pat pushes out a little bit too far, gets caught out early, but Lace answering back, and nice shots going down from Ricky to get those trades in.
I'm actually quite surprised to see how Mindfreak are playing this when they just get wiped out. Okay.
What?
I'm happy you're here because I'm ready. You know what? I'm engaged. I'm doing it. I just turned on the button. I'm roasting out here. What was that from Cloud9? Why are you pushing through rocks? Then you don't plant the bomb. Mindfreak, the objective's not even planted. You don't have to push on through. They stopped planning it. Just wait, you have a 4v3. And first off, don't all four run through a choke point one by one.
Everything fundamentally wrong. You explained it perfectly there, Jack.
Thank you.
Pat pushes out too far without any teammates' help. Not sure what the call was there.
Yeah.
And then Mindfreak makes the same darn mistake. They put the bomb down. Ricky makes the heads-up play and peeks the alley, so that's a good play from him. But overall, Mindfreak had no reason to challenge. They do it anyway and get pieced. Cloud9 takes the first round.
And now, you see already 2 players from Cloud9 trying to flood right through middle map and this A site. First blood will go over to the boys of C9, but it's quickly traded as Aches will fall. 3v3 now, and how awkward are some of these rounds already? Ricky's behind them. They're not expecting him to be here at all.
Just some crazy flanks going on, and Ricky's been performing pretty well on Search and Destroy throughout this. We've seen multiple clutches from him, and overall just keeping his team in these rounds. But now, kind of a tough situation for Mindfreak. I think they're making the right call here, just going to try and get this down as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Cloud9 is going to have to play a retake, and all they need to really do, as long as they get this first gunfight, I think they have a high percentage of winning this one.
Absolutely, and it looks like both teams will take the same idea. Move around the map together, basically hold hands. Unfortunately for Excite, look at the gun he has for this middle map push. It's an E-Rad. They're going to have to fall back yet again. And this could get awkward quite quickly. Maybe if they catch someone on the wall run, they have a chance. They're going to go ahead and peek towards the site. Ricky's halfway there with defusing this bomb. Do they see him in time? They do! Shox gets the cleanup. Assault versus Excite. Assault holds the angle. There's the kill. And the defuse. A big play by the young gun.
Absolutely beautiful plays there. Assault picks up the clutch again, and I would have liked to see that sort of play from Cloud9 in some of their earlier matches throughout this tournament. They have number advantage. They hop the bomb right away. You force the other team to come out of their hiding spots and force those engagements. Cloud9 finally makes the right play. If only we could have seen this a little bit earlier on, I think it would have gone better for them in those other SMDs.
Oh, absolutely. And how many times this weekend have we seen Assault at the end of a round, especially against Envy earlier on, where he just holds an angle with the AR, trusts himself to be able to snap to wherever the opponent is and get those final 2 kills. He does it right there. So instead of a 1-1 game, it is 2-0 for the North American squad.
Ricky got so close to that defuse as well. The round could have ended right there. Cloud9 deciding to get aggressive over towards this A side. Doesn't seem like they're going to fight anyone. And it looks like it's going to be a free plant. Shox playing a little bit safe. Knows he doesn't have too much help. And such a wide spread from this red arrows. I'm not sure if they're the ultimate pinch, I'm going to call this play here.
There we go. Team is already seeing the future with how this will all play on out. The bomb has already ticked down to 30, and no one's even seen an opponent. Now it looks like it will be a green light to go for Mindfreak. Ricky is ready now, 6-1. Excite with the pistol. Only tool he has to retake this site. Thankfully, Vita nearly gets both, but now with this little time, don't think this is going to be possible. Just run away. Yep, nice job by Ricky. He's an S&D god for a reason. As Excite, ooh, throws the L up, the new gesture. I love it.
Well,
he lost the round, though. Yeah. But maybe it's a bigger picture of the weekend, Teep. I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
well, that's how we'll read that.
Fair enough. But overall, some nice intro kills from Ricky. Once again, into that bomb site, just head glitching that bomb. Nothing they could really do to get him out of that spot. So another quality round from Cloud9. Decisive gameplay, getting these bombs down very quickly. And my prediction's looking very bad right now. Cloud9 completely dominating these rounds early on. And, you know, they just keep switching it up. It's something that I thought Mindfreak was going to be able to do early. But look at this. The clash is about to happen over towards this wall.
15-second round about to be in, folks. Be ready. Shox, one shot has to play passively. Ricky's there for the quick kills. It's already 3 for Cloud9. Mindfreak are just getting walked all over in this game 5. 4-0 already. Okay. They apparently, you just need to cast Cloud9 more often, because then Aches just turns up when he needs to.
I guess so. I guess so. The clash goes down at that B side. Cloud9 is able to open up with those 2 early kills, and Mindfreak just can't seem to put anything together here on Crusher. They need to, I guess, extend these rounds out a little bit longer, give themselves a chance. But these fights early on at these bomb sites, they just seem to be guessing wrong in these situations. Cloud9 keeps switching it up every single offense, every single defense. We've seen a different sort of round every single time, and it's good to see from Cloud9. But they get first blooded here.
Yeah, and this is because Mindfreak, if you saw your minimap, flooded 3 people through middle map. Now the 4th player's there as well. Does Ricky use a Centurion, especially now that they got this blood to make it even? There's definitely potential for it here. Assault just waiting with this FTL jump, and Mindfreak again so spread out. Oh no, Lacefield. There we go, he's got the help of Assault.
Kind of a sticky situation for him now. Some shaky shots as well. Buzzo gets his first kill of the game. 2v2 situation with about 23 seconds left on this bomb. Basically just need a delay. They need to get a quick check on the bomb. There is one player to contest. Fido wins that gunfight with the E-Rad and picks up both. The defuse will be coming in for Buzzo there. First kill, gets the defuse, so a little bit of momentum here for Mindfreak.
And you think right there, no Centurion dropped down by Ricky. Doesn't make any bit of a difference. A little bit of an indecisive play from Cloud9. Here it is again from Flight. A beautiful job snapping with that E-Rad. Definitely the weapon you want to have there inside you. So Mindfreak won't go down without a fight, as they're able to at least take one round, and it comes off a quick retake of the A warehouse.
That E-Rad, absolutely deadly
So
in that U sort of area.
Yeah.
And just making good use of it. So some payload's gonna be coming into play soon. Here we see Excite, that bottom right. You have that FTL at the ready. Will he pop it here? Cloud9, you see those circles have 2 at the ready as well. Ricky gets first blooded over towards that A site. Doesn't have any help from his teammates. And no trades coming in, but nice shots from Assault across the map.
That is where Assault's at his best, man. That is literally how Cloud9 warm up before some series, as they just 1v1 with these NV4s across Crusher. And it shows right there with the pinpoint accuracy.
Very nice stuff from him, so won't be seeing, or we could see the FTL battle happening soon. He has the MP4 though, so I don't think that will play off too well. Catches one player at that bridge and killed that player so fast. E-Rad's coming in though, the trades not able to go down, and Cloud9 taking a 5-1 lead.
Assault not only melted the guy on the back 18-wheeler in middle map, but then hits the headshot there. We'll see it again from Ace with the 2-piece in the final kill cam. Cloud9 now 1 round away for winning not only a very quick Game 5, but their first series of the weekend.
Man,
did you
they're about to
believe it's finally happening?
They're about to do it. Well, a little too late here for Cloud9, but they're looking very good on Crusher. It is one of their best S&D maps in my opinion. Ricky does have this payload, 8 and 5, leading the kill category right now. Some fights going down, taking some damage. Nice shots over towards the bomb site. Had some help from Lace once again. And finally, some team shooting going down from Cloud9.
Yeah, and both teams really doing a great job of it so far. It's one player by himself. Excite weakened. Can he get away? FTL jumps past one. Whoa. It's an FTL battle. They both disappeared. Excite stays alive. Oh my God, one jumps over the other. Excite gets out with his life to at least see another round.
And just confusion right there. Not sure where Assault was gonna pop up after popping that FTL.
Even Assault smiled a little bit after that one.
That was funny.
Okay, it's rare to see that happen, but hey, it's where payloads can get a little bit crazy. Nice 1v2 there by Excite to keep Mindfreak in this game, but now look, Shox has that camo. Aches about 1 kill off his as well.
Camo should be coming in to get one of these intro kills if they find someone. Don't want to see a blind pop. We've given a lot of flack to people that have popped that blind camo, but I don't think we're going to see it here. Oh, he pops it and gets catch the grenade, but still doesn't matter. It's camo. Gets the first kill, finds a second towards the back, but it doesn't matter. Cloud9 ends it. The first blood comes in with the camo, and Cloud9 says, nope, we win.
We do win. They take a series. We mentioned how they've only beaten 4 teams since the Vegas event. 4 series is all they've won on land. This is now the 5th, the second time, that they've beaten Mindfreak since that Vegas event. Congratulations to Cloud9. At the end of it all, they will win a series. It's 6-2 in Game 5. All it took was TP casting.
That's all it took.
That's it, man.
The good vibes coming in. Cloud9 gets the win. I think Pat knew.
He did. Oh, 100%. Look,
I think that win was for me.
He's just very happy. Simple as that. He wanted to make sure his duo was proud. I think the thing I'm more interested about is that we have to now hear Maven on the analyst desk, which should just be really...
That'll be a show.
No idea what's going to happen there. I already apologized to Benson, Merc, and Momo up there for having to deal with him, but...
Sorry, guys.
That is it, TP. That was a short-lived cast of the weekend. Hope you enjoyed that, but always a pleasure. For now, that'll do it for us over here. Benson, take it away.
Thank you very much, Jack. TP, we know you're not sorry. Of course, as you heard him say, we replaced a world champion with...
a 38-time world champion.
I'm a champion of something, but no, it's funny. The one map ended, and I just look up at the desk. I'm like, all right, another Game 5. And Teep goes, you mind if I cast? Like, go ahead, man. No, he's a great caster. I've casted with him several times. He wanted to get in a little action this weekend. He was great, as always. But Cloud9, the first victory.
Another Game 5 as well between the 2 squads. We've seen that twice so far this year. I mean, from casting the first 4 maps, Maven, was there any big surprises to you with how that one went out?
They were either going to come into it one of two ways. And the way the Hardpoint opened up, I was like, all right, well, they've tilted, they're done, they've given up. You know, you saw Volks coming out, RPRs, lots of different things. But I think what it ended up being, ultimately, I feel like now that the pressure was removed, Cloud9 just started to have a little bit of fun. You saw kind of Aix, Lacefield, and also Assault kind of getting into it, getting hyped. They put forth a lot more effort than I expected, and you saw kind of vintage Aix there for a little bit as well.
That's very true. And in terms of the future for Cloud9, though, Merc, I mean, what do they do now? Obviously, they finished 4th in the group. We already know that. Mindfreak, of course, congratulations to them, 3rd. But if you're on Cloud9, is it, you know, work out the problems, try and stay as a team? Do you start maybe thinking, oh, we've got to make some team changes? I mean, how do you approach it?
I mean, as you said, there's two ways. They can either go home, fix their issues, but, I mean, we've talked about it for months now. They've been so inconsistent. They've won, what, 4 or 5 series on land since really their second-place finish at Vegas. I mean, there was a lot of high hopes for them coming into this year. I have a feeling it's probably going to lead to some team changes. I just don't think the squad is working the way they wanted it to.
For me, you know, just kind of touching on the team changes thing there, you know, we know what, you know, Aix has accomplished kind of in his career, and you know, he's not the kind of the talking point of this team. You know, everyone's talking about Assault and how he's slaying, Lacefield, the potential. I feel like there needs to be a change. I feel like none of these players are happy, of course. You wouldn't be with 4th. But what is the answer? I don't really know, because obviously, you know, players and are unavailable. Who do you pick up? Who do you look towards? And I don't really know who they turn to and go, you're the problem and you're the savior of Cloud9. Like, what's the answer? Yeah.
Is there even an answer? We'll have to wait and see. Of course, we will see Cloud9 playing through that relegation come Anaheim, but we still have 1 game left. Splice versus Envy, and Merc, me and you were desperately trying to figure out exactly, okay, what happens if so-and-so happens? You know, if it's a 3-0, who goes through? Because obviously there is still the fight for the #1 seed. The tournament is by no means over just yet. You worked it out, Merc. Tell me exactly what needs to happen for Envious to get that #1 seed.
They have to 3-0. That's the only way they can get that #1 seed. So right off the bat, they have to come out, you know, firing.
Can't drop a map. Yeah. They drop a map, Splice will be the #1 seed, which is going to be pretty interesting. In terms of your predictions, Maven, for this one, I know you're not going to be casting it, so I do want to get your thoughts.
I don't think we've seen the potential for a 3-0 out of Envy really at all. They've been a little bit up and down. Splice have looked dominant, specifically in Respawn. You've seen some solid efforts from Envy, but have you seen anything this weekend that tells you that Envy will be able to 3-0 Splice? I know that I haven't. Maybe they'll make it a good series. We've had 3 best-of-5s. I wouldn't be shocked if this one goes the distance, but to 3-0 Splice, unless Splice is packed it in, they're ready to go back to Europe, I don't think so.
That's the thing to me. When you've watched this Envious team, you don't look back at a series and say they absolutely crushed it. This is the Envy we wanted to see. After every series you talk to JCap or Slasher, they're thinking, we're making mistakes. You know, we have to go back and work on these things. To me, they just survived this weekend, right? Like they got top 2, but they haven't put up a good enough fight to get #1 for me.
Well, they will still have that chance to get that #1 seed, of course, for Team Envious. A 3-0 is all that matters versus Splice. We still have our final game here at MLG Primetime for week #1 of the Global Pro League. For now, though, quick commercial break. I'll see you on the other side.